Hello guys, welcome back to another edition of Rossley TV here. Make sure to press the like button, subscribe as I record this on Google Plus Live. Check out on my Rossley TV channel for some other videos. And today, let's just get to business. Today, I've got some major news for you, ladies and gents. And as always, I like to bring up some decent news so people that actually care. Many rumors. Well, it's not really to me. It doesn't really look as a rumor. It looks quite obvious the way I see the Money in the Bank pay-per-view build going into the event. There's a huge possibility that Roman Reigns will face the COO of the company, Triple H, at SummerSlam. Now, the reason why I say SummerSlam and the reason why I say them two facing off is because the way this build-up has been going. I mean, I don't know if you saw this past week on Raw when Roman Reigns put some freaking shit in Stephanie McMahon's coffee, iced coffee or whatever, and it made her puke. This is only storyline basis. It didn't really make her puke, but as I can see, well, I think most wrestling fans would see that Triple H will probably screw Roman Reigns out of the title, and then they'll have a match at SummerSlam. The one thing I really want in this situation is that I do not want Roman Reigns to look weak heading in against Triple H. I mean, when Shield facing Evolution, it was all Shield during the build-up, and I don't want the complete opposite on Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns does face Triple H, I want Roman Reigns and Triple H to look equally strong. Like when we saw the Shield face from the Shield face Evolution, it was all 50-50. We didn't know who was going to win this one. That was Extreme Rules time. But now, because it's singles competitive wrestling here between Triple H and Roman Reigns, if only that happens. But I can see that happening because we all know what Triple H is like in this sort of character style and all that sort of stuff as a heel. He probably will betray, or not betray, he will probably screw Roman Reigns out of the title. And either Bray Wyatt, John Cena, or Cesaro will win the title. I can't see Roman Reigns winning at this point because it's way too early in his career. I mean, I could say that about Sheamus, but that is just completely different. Because Roman Reigns will be a hell of a bigger star than Sheamus. You know what I mean? Sheamus had a good build up and a good push. And but Roman Reigns is determined to probably be the man for the future of WWE. So I'm excited to see what Roman Reigns can do, and I'm really excited for Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose, he's been looking good ever since he left the Shield. Same with Seth Rollins. He's making some pretty good promos. He's had a few pretty good matches with Dolph Ziggler, and Dean Ambrose. In wrestling basis, he hasn't. Well, it's the same old style of how he is the iconic character, the way he works on the mic, like a sort of Heath Ledger, Joker sort of character, and but his match with Kane on SmackDown, it was. I'm not gonna say it was the best, but this is all down to storyline telling between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. I don't know exactly what's happened between Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. It's not like they were fighting and then they split up like Seth Rollins did. But I think they're just all going their separate ways now. Like Roman Reigns has said, okay, I'm gonna go for the title. You do what's best for you. I'm just gonna go singles competitor. And I think what they've done here with WWE right now between them three stars is a good spot. It's a good. It's smart from WWE, but the thing is, the only downside of it is that one of them is going to get dropped right down to the mid card, like the shitty mid card, probably it will probably be Dean Ambrose. But the thing is, Dean Ambrose he is a good wrestler and he is a good mic worker. So I do not want Dean Ambrose to be put down. You know what I mean? Because if someone like Dean Ambrose gets put down, then that is just fucking ridiculous. Because Dean Ambrose is a guy who shouldn't be there. You know, it's the same thing with CM Punk. CM Punk wasn't the right build for WWE, but they even accepted him. You know, he became one of the most popular superstars right now. So many people want him back and all that sort of stuff. You know, I mean, ever since he's been back, ever since he left the company back in January, everyone wants him back, and it's June. You know what I mean? Everyone still misses him. I mean, personally, I would like to see him Punk to return, but we all know that's not going to happen. But the thing is, I don't want that to happen with Dean Ambrose. I don't want him to be dropped because Dean Ambrose, like I said about CM Punk, he's not a built-up guy for WWE. You know what I mean? He's just a general indies wrestling. He's just generally an indie wrestler. You know what I mean? Like back in his hang on, I don't know if he was in Ring of Honor. Wait a minute, no. I think it was. No. IWA? I know, no. It was IWA or Full Impact Pro Wrestling. I'm not so sure. But he's cut such amazing promos throughout the years. He's done a lot of great matches like Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose on in FCW in a half an hour for a 30-minute 30-minute Iron Man match on FCW for the championship, and by fucking god, that match was brilliant. You look up on them sort of matches, then that proves that wrestlers like the build of Dean Ambrose can actually bring something special to WWE. I mean, think about the freaking promo he made on Seth Rollins. The promo he made on Seth Rollins was fucking brilliant. On last week on Monday Night Raw. It was brilliantly done, and I just love his character. I mean, Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose are the reasons why I like iconic characters. Take like Heath Ledger's Joker. I mean, like he's sort of similar to Dean. Well, I'm not exactly going to say it is similar, but it just reminds me of Dean Ambrose. Like Dean Ambrose reminds me of Heath Ledger's Joker, and then there's Bray Wyatt. Guys like Bray Wyatt who are iconic characters who just they're people that like to get your eyes and your ears attention to the screen. I mean you see a lot of people make promos. I've said this time and time again that when you see just normal guys coming into the ring just telling you same old shit, you know, simple things that people would always say in the wrestling business. They're like, oh, I'm gonna win the championship, I'm gonna do this, oh, I'm gonna get my revenge on you. But no, they express themselves very differently, and that's what I really like about Dean Ambrose. So yeah, just don't drop Dean Ambrose. That's all I'm gonna say. So anyway, but heading back into SummerSlam here, yeah, for the Roman Reigns and Triple H match, to be honest with you guys, I would love to see Roman Reigns versus Triple H for a few reasons. Because number one, Roman Reigns, to me and probably to a lot of people that believed in the Shield or whatever, that they see Roman Reigns going to be the top guy in WWE in the future when Cena's gone, which will probably be after 2020, something like that. I think I think John Cena should leave and be in the Hall of Fame in 2020. So like it's a whole number and it's a new beginning. That's how I see it. But obviously WWE, they may be different, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, back to the topic here. Yeah, I want Roman Reigns to face Triple H, like, because he will be the top guy, as I said, and Triple H will be the perfect guy to put over. Hang on, just in case I don't get mixed up here. As in, Roman Reigns beating Triple H will get a massive boost up in his career, and Seth Rollins will probably get a massive boost up in his career at this point, because he's with he's with Triple H and the Authority. But sorry about that. I would love to see both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins get a big push. You never know; they may even face each other in the future. Maybe at some point before the end of this year. We have no idea. But Roman Reigns will probably get screwed out of the championship. This shit. Hang on, I just thought of something. I just thought of a Daniel Bryan sort of thing. This is what I think will happen. Roman Reigns will get screwed over and over and over and over again by Triple H and the Authority, and then he'll get his revenge on Triple H at WrestleMania 31. That is pretty much a main event match right there. You know what I mean? You never know. They may even do the same thing they did for 30. You know, Daniel Bryan, he overcome the odds in storyline basis, faced Triple H, and then goes off against Triple H. No, sorry, goes off against Orton and Batista to win the WWE World Heavyweight Title, and that was, oh, sorry, I gotta take it back to that fucking moment. I mean, take the streak ending like away. Like imagine that never happened, and then you watch Daniel Bryan winning the championship. I mean, he's a guy. I don't care if you don't like him or you do like him, or if you like him or dislike him, whatever. Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson is a guy that started in indie wrestling who get. It's the same thing with CM Punk. I mean, they would get paid like crap money, like $25 a week, just to go out there and perform and do as much and do as best as they can to perform for their fans. And Bryan Danielson has traveled all over the world to entertain us fans, and then comes to the WWE, and then about three years after he's been WWE, he becomes the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And to some John Cena fans and whoever watches this, believe it or not, Daniel Bryan has had a hell of a lot more charisma than John Cena has his entire career. Now, I'm not fucking bullshitting you, lads, but Daniel Bryan is probably one of the most charismatic superstars that we had in the past decade. I mean, I mean, Edge had a few good pops, especially after he retired. Guys like John Cena back in oh well, hang on, no, John Cena back in his thugonomic times, he had a lot of pops. But a lot of people, I mean, when I watched Bruce Blitz's video about the Royal Rumble, Royal Rumble review, when he was like ranting about the decisions and bookings in WWE, like he was talking about Daniel Bryan and about how hard, I think it was Mad Genius, I think that's his name, like how, like, do you know how hard it is to communicate with the fans and make them communicate with you? You know what I mean? And like Daniel Bryan's like, well, like Daniel Bryan gets asked, do you know, like, what makes you communicate with so many fans, and how do you have all this charisma? He says, I don't know. You know what I mean? It just happens. And Daniel Bryan, I mean, every week on SmackDown, on Raw, Superstars, wherever Daniel Bryan is, even even a runner on different sports, baseball, basketball, hockey, and all that sort of stuff like on ESPN. Even at one time when I think it was a great American football team, they won a cup or something. They always says, "Oh, we're gonna do this chant." Even the Saints for Northampton team, they were doing the yes chants when they won the cup about 2 weeks ago, I think. That's how popular Daniel Bryan is. Even though if he's being merchandised as a goat, or people think he's crap, or he's overrated because he just do kicks and shit like that, I don't care what anyone says. Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson is a guy that worked his ass off in the indies, and he worked his entire ass off. Like, he worked most of his life being a wrestler. And I don't care what you say, he deserved that title, and he deserved it for that right reason. So there you go. Anyway, heading into another, I think, topic here. If you watched my video with that John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, I'm not. Come to think of it, actually, I was thinking about that match after I made the video, and I was thinking also about that match just before I was making this stream. Um, I'm not so 100% sure it will happen, but like I said, if John Cena does win the WWE World Heavyweight title, then it is highly possible that that will happen, because Brock Lesnar is going to be at SummerSlam, as we all know it. I mean, why would they put a poster of Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam if he's not going to be there? You know what I mean? So he is going to be at SummerSlam, definitely. It's just you never know. I mean, it could be the Paul Heyman guy. It could be another CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar sort of match. You know, Cesaro, Paul Heyman guy wins the title, faces Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar takes the title. Who fucking knows? The Money in the Bank pay-per-view is meant to be unpredictable. It's meant to be as unpredictable as possible. And if Cesaro wins and then faces Brock Lesnar, that will be a huge impact for a young guy like Cesaro. Cesaro is a fantastic athlete, and his strength is fucking Jesus. Could you imagine the swing, the European uppercut, the strength of the gut wrench slam, doing all that sort of stuff, lifting a 300-pound guy off the floor, and people were just like, "Oh shit, this guy is fucking strong." You know what I mean? Because Brock Lesnar, he's a fucking tank. You know what I mean? Brock Lesnar is huge, and then there's Cesaro. I mean, he's a fucking tank as well. He can fucking lift anything. Brock Lesnar lifted up Big Show onto his shoulders. Cesaro just held him like this, like in front of him. His head's there. He's got his legs up here. That do you realize how hard that is to do? I mean, Cesaro lifted up Big Show like he was nothing. You know what I mean? I can see a promo between these two. I could see it. But the thing is, the biggest difference between that is that Cesaro has not had as much success, because if Cesaro would have had a big success during his career, even though he hasn't had a long time, he hasn't had a long period of time in the WWE, if he had a lot of success like CM Punk did during the feud with Brock Lesnar, this would have collided so much better and so much more intense, like especially with a storyline basis. But it would never beat CM Punk. It would never beat CM Punk between CM Punk and Brock Lesnar, and also Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's promo with CM Punk, oh my fucking god. That promo is so, I mean, it's storyline basis, but it's worded as reality promos like Dean Ambrose does. Dean Ambrose brings reality into his promos, and that's what I loved about that build-up between Paul Heyman and CM Punk heading into SummerSlam against Brock Lesnar. And their promos are, oh, Jesus Christ, so personal, but it was so good. All the promos that they made every single week on Raw, CM Punk would always look strong heading into SummerSlam. Even if he gets beaten up by Brock Lesnar, he would always come back strong and say, "Hey, I'm standing. I'm not the biggest, I'm not the strongest, but I'm here." You know what I mean? I'm gonna kick your ass and shit. I mean, CM Punk lost, but fuck me, that was a great match. But as I was saying, I don't see Cesaro facing Brock Lesnar, but I would fucking pay shitloads to watch that. You know what I mean? Like, even if it had like, I don't know, 300 people, like one night stand, I don't know, but like 1,000 people or so. I don't know how many exactly, but I could just imagine like Cesaro getting his ass chanted, like everyone would love Cesaro and everyone would boo Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? Like with John Cena back in 2006, that one night stand against Rob Van Dam. Like that sort of crowd, I would fucking love that. But again, Cena, that's my prediction. Cena will probably win the title and then head off against Brock Lesnar, because Brock, like I said in my last video, Brock Lesnar needs his revenge on John Cena. Like, is that, oh, he's the face of the company, but I don't think he is. He's taking my spot. I need to get rid of him, because he's taking the streak. He'll probably take out the top guy as well. Well, not really, not exactly, but you know what WWE can be sometimes. Speaking of like WWE logic and all that sort of stuff, I mean, did you guys hear about the new release? The released people that went off in WWE? Drew McIntyre, Evan Bourne, them two are like the top like best wrestlers in that freaking list. And then WWE doesn't fire Hornswoggle. They don't fire Great Khali. The only reason why they've let Great Khali in this freaking business is because they partnered up with India. That is the only bloody reason. Great Khali only had one good push. Just one. And that's when you won the World Heavyweight title. And no one fucking cares about him anymore. He's not even on freaking television nowadays. It's just fucking stupid. WWE are fucking retarded. We were waiting like 2 years, like probably 2.5 years, to see Evan Bourne back in the ring. A lot of people fucking liked Evan Bourne. He was a great high flyer, but no, freaking, the company has to freaking release such a great talent. And then there's Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger, I guarantee you, Jack Swagger is going to be nothing in the next few months, because ever since he faces Cesaro and freaking Rob Van Dam at Extreme Rules, and after that he's fucking nothing. He faces Adam Rose. Next thing you know it, Seb Carter will be out, and then they'll be jobbers. Well, I think they are jobbers now anyway because they keep losing and losing. Zeb Coulter and Swagger actually had a really good push last year at the Elimination Chamber when Swagger won, but that was the only good thing about them. And Cesaro, that's what I find funny. Cesaro just comes in. He was only in them for a couple of months for with the Real Americans, and then fucks shit up and then joins Paul Heyman. But I want Cesaro to have a shitload of momentum because I don't want Cesaro to be another Ryback Paul Heyman guy because Ryback was fucking nothing. Why do they do that? Ryback is freaking Paul Heyman guy. Fuck off. It's fucking stupid. I mean, speaking of Paul Heyman guys, a couple of months ago when I was on Facebook, just looking on WWE, I saw a picture of the Shield, and I said some stuff that you don't know about the Shield. So I clicked on it, and there was most of the stuff I already knew what it was. But then the very last one says all three guys are Paul Heyman guys. I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds pretty cool. And guys, I don't think Roman Reigns would be the perfect pick, but I would probably say Dean Ambrose to be a no. Actually, yeah, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns to be a Paul Heyman guy. Could you imagine the success that Roman Reigns could have if he was a Paul Heyman guy? But the thing is, they can't do that because Roman Reigns is a face and Paul Heyman is the heel. But what can you do? You never know. I mean, guys turn heel, they turn face, anything can happen. So guys, that is pretty much all the shit I have to talk to you about, really, because there was nothing interesting on. I mean, SmackDown wasn't too bad. I mean, Seth Rollins' attire. What did you think about it? I thought, in all honesty, lads, I didn't think it looked that great. I think his FCW ring attire and Ring of Honor attire was fucking awesome. Just normal trunks, just plain simple. Same with Dean Ambrose. I actually don't mind Dean Ambrose, and the reason why I liked his new attire is that it suits him, and he was brought up that kind of way. Even though he did wear trunks in FCW, he did wear a lot of vests and all that sort of stuff during his matches. Of course, he wore trunks as well, but I like the style of Dean Ambrose. He's like one of those like sort of motorbike sort of looking people. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much what I've got to say about this past week on Raw. Roman Reigns versus Triple H, SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar and John Cena, Cesaro, Paul Heyman, guys, whatever. So I'm gonna leave it here, guys. I'm fucking tired. I'm gonna go to bed. See you guys later. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe and press like. This is Rusty Business sign out. Peace.